All right. Excuse me and good morning. Well, technically afternoon. We're a little bit past noon. So we'll start our lecture very shortly. Welcome back, and I hope that everybody enjoyed a lovely Chuseok holiday with their friends and family. So if you're tuning in, say a little hello in our chat room. I'd love to hear from you. As you can see by our screen, we're going to be talking today about appearances. And that's just another way of saying how somebody looks, their physical appearance. So we'll be talking about some issues surrounding appearances. We'll look at also some idioms and expressions. And as usual, we'll talk about a grammar point as well. Hello, we have students coming in already. Welcome, welcome. Daun, Chaeyeon. I hope I said that well. Chaeyeon, hello. Jenny, Unju, Suhyun, wow. It's great to see you all in here. I hope you're doing well. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a tickle in my throat, a little bit of a cough today. So forgive my voice. Great to see you all here. Okay, why don't we jump in with describing people? We're going to be talking about how to describe people today. And we have a few warm-up questions to get us in the mood to talk about appearances and what people look like. So we'll start with a heavy question. Do people in your country talk a lot about other people's appearance? Now, this is kind of worded like an IELTS question, isn't it? I've noticed a lot of IELTS questions say, what do people in your country think? So that means, of course, refer to your country, so Korea. So do Koreans tend to talk a lot about each other's physical appearance? So we'll start off with a little bit of a fun question, if we can call it a fun question. Yes, no, why not? And we have some answers already. Yes, a lot, always. Almost, it seems like your answers require no further explanation. It's self-evident. It's a little bit obvious because sure, if you live in Korea, I think a lot of people will remark on how perhaps in this country there's a big focus on your appearance. And I say that because when I first arrived here as a Canadian, I was so shocked when I had to put my photo, my picture, on my resume in order to secure a job. Because in other countries, we don't do that. It's a personal preference. But in Canada, for example, they always say that it's a blind review of a resume. So they don't really care about what you look like. So they say. All right, let's see what our comment section is looking like. Jenny says, I think I talk about it when I see really beautiful men and women. Okay, good answer. And I agree with you too. Yes, if someone looks so stunning, I'll compliment them, or if I'm not able to compliment them, I'll talk about them in a positive way with my friends. She's so beautiful. He's so handsome. Like this. Okay, good answers, good answers. Number 2, in your opinion, is it rude? So is it not such a good idea to tell a person that they need to improve their appearance? What do you think? Is it okay? Is it always rude to do so? Are there some situations when it's appropriate to tell somebody, maybe you could work on yourself a little bit? Or is it taboo? Taboo means never do it, never go there. It's off limits. Is it taboo to talk to another person and tell them, you might consider changing your appearance a little bit. Excuse me again, wow. Suhyun says, in Korea, yes, people tend to say he, she, looks, and then insert adjective. Perfect. You seem to know your grammar well. We'll be talking about that a little bit later too. Back to the second question, whether or not it's rude to talk about others' appearances. N says, it's rude, but I always hear all about that. Me too. I'm usually on the receiving end of those comments. Jenny says, my friends sometimes mention that to me. Okay. And sometimes between friends, I think it's okay when you're close with one another. You can share beauty tips or whatnot. Jenny follows up, right? Between close relationships, I think it's acceptable. Very good opinion. Thank you. Daun says, if we are very close, I think it is okay to say it. Oh, yes. Okay. You echoed what Jenny said. So you're thinking in similar terms. Okay, great. Unju, if the person asks for advice, then maybe it's okay. I love that comment because don't you hate it when people just give you advice that you're not seeking? I think we're all guilty of doing that to our loved ones, but I agree that permission is important. If they ask, then you can tell them your true opinion. Great answer. My friends always say, please do some makeup. Do some makeup, or in English, we also use the phrasal verb put on. That's super common. Oh, please put on some makeup. Okay. What else do we have here? We have some laughter. I'm kind of poor at beauty, so I don't. Oh, I'm sure you look great regardless. I'm kind of poor at beauty. You could say I'm poor at... Poor at beauty really sounds so harsh to yourself. Like, I'm poor at something really means that you have no skills, and I think that's not true about you. So maybe you could soften it. I'm not so good at makeup. I'm not so good at beauty stuff. Okay, good. It depends on how you tell others, in what way. Good manners or not, but mostly I think it is rude. Yes, I agree. It depends on how you say it. Perfect. Jaeyeon, thank you. Good comment. Okay, moving straight on. Now this question is a little bit interesting. I'd love to talk about number 3 here. Do you believe that one's appearance, so somebody's, another word for somebody, one's, do you believe that one's appearance can show his or her personality? Why or why not? I'd love to jump in here because from what some of my previous students have told me, they said that sometimes maybe in Korea there's a belief that you can kind of guess somebody's characteristics or their personality based on their face. Now, I'm not sure if that's true, if a lot of Koreans believe in that idea or not. Granted, I was told this by some older ladies. So it might be a little bit of an older belief, or it might be a current belief still. Kind of reminds me of maybe in China, there are some books about like the art of face reading, what certain lines and what certain creases, or even the amount of space on your forehead, what that can reveal about a person, if they're going to be lucky or not, successful or not. So it's a little bit of a culture question, but I'd like to hear what you have to say. Now, let's see. Jenny says, no, I don't think there is much correlation between personality and appearance. Beautiful answer. And correlation is a great word to use here. So correlation means like a connection, right? Or a relationship. So personality and appearance, they don't coordinate, according to Jenny. So I'll give another thought of mine. Sometimes if I see a person and maybe they're a little bit older and you can see some lines on their face. So, in English, we call them often wrinkles on their face. If they have wrinkles, let's say around their eyes like this and around their mouth, around their smile, kind of like this or like this, I usually just assume that they're a happy person, that they got those wrinkles on their face from smiling. So for me, I kind of do make an unconscious judgment. I think sometimes, that looks like a happy person. Or if someone often keeps their face in kind of a mean-looking position for many, many years, maybe you could see it. Maybe. But then again, with so much plastic surgery and Botox, it's really easy to manipulate those things on one's face as well. So it's hard to say. And says, in some aspects, I think, I skipped ahead here. If image making is important for someone, they may care more about appearances. Beautifully written. And that is important as well. Maybe someone's career is correlated, again, linked or connected to their physical appearance. News anchors come to mind. So the people who deliver the news on TV. This is me trying to make a microphone, but I realize on my webcam it looks a little strange. So I'll keep my hands below. So sure, you might need to care more about your appearance depending on what job you have. Good. Jenny says, I have seen many people with great appearances, but they have ugly personalities and vice versa. Yes, definitely. We're going to be talking about that much later, but you've really picked up on a key issue here. Good. Chan says, appearance is strongly related to self-confidence. I like that approach. Very good. We need to care for our appearance because it reflects oneself. Beautifully written as well. Here it sounds a little more natural to say care for. Mm-hmm. But yes, I agree with you as well, because you can really sometimes tell a lot about a person, for instance, based on the way that they are dressed. If they like a certain genre, for instance, maybe even you can kind of guess in a job interview, what kind of worker would they be? Are they neat? Do they present themselves well? Or are they a little messy and sloppy looking? And you can kind of assume, well, maybe they won't do their job so well if they didn't put much effort into their appearance. And this also relates to your self-confidence. Certainly. But again, we could talk about that a bit later, but I like the idea of self-confidence. Inner beauty is more crucial though, right? Of course. I think facial expression has a big role in making someone's image. Yes, as we've just talked about. Sometimes when I have no information, maybe I will, but I try not to do it. You sound like a good person. That's a good strategy. Try to catch yourself when you're making a judgment about someone. Good. It takes time to see someone's inside beauty. Good. And being physically and mentally healthy is very important too. Oh, yes, of course. That's really the goal, right? In fact, we could say that beauty relates to health. If someone's very beautiful looking, we assume that they're robust, they're healthy, they're full of life, like this. Okay, very good. And we don't have a last question. We have two final questions. All right, we'll go through this quickly so we can jump into the next part. Have you ever been intimidated by someone's appearance? So intimidated means a little scared, a little uncomfortable. Maybe this person is just so good looking, so gorgeous, so handsome. You're kind of afraid to talk to them. You think, maybe they're going to be rude to me, or, maybe they appear snobbish, or we use an expression stuck up. So they think that they're so amazing and they won't even give you any time. They won't talk to you. Or alternatively, you could be intimidated by someone who's dressed in a very, we could say, odd way. If someone's dressed in a way that doesn't really match society's expectations, you might be a little intimidated, kind of, again, uncomfortable and afraid to make contact with them. So can you think of any instances, or is this not a problem for you? I'll give you a few moments to think of your answers. And Autumn, hi, welcome Autumn. Great to see you in here. Autumn says, appearance might show people's personality, but there are very few people who can actually notice it. Okay. So you think that it's a little bit of maybe a gift or a skill when it comes to judging somebody solely based on their appearance. Sure. What do we say? There are some expressions in English like you can kind of get a read of a person. That means you just scan a person and you feel like you automatically know them. Or you could talk about the feeling that a person gives off, a certain, we say like vibe. They give off a certain vibe. Sure, good. All right. And now back to the question, being intimidated. I'll share one for myself, and it's a little bit funny because when I was a teenager, so between, let's say, 13 and 19, I was a teenager in Canada. And whenever I saw university students, people in even their 30s, their 40s, a typical adult, I felt a little bit shy and intimidated by them. I thought, wow, they're so grown up. They're so cool. They look so great. Their style is so nice. But now that I'm in that age bracket, so now I'm fully grown up, and when I see teenagers now, I'm intimidated by them. I'm a little afraid of them, and I don't know why. It might just have to do with there being a generation gap. I look at their clothes and I think, whoa, why do they dress like that? Or I see them, wearing makeup so well, and I think, whoa, their makeup is so good, referring to the girls, and I feel sometimes intimidated. I'm afraid of talking to some of them. So that's my little anecdote, my little story. Let's see what others have to say. Okay, Chayan says, when I was in Canada, I saw a very handsome, attractive guy. Okay, I kept looking at him. I was obsessed with his aura. Wow, beautiful. I mean, the way you wrote that was perfect. Great English. I love that you said his aura, meaning like the feeling that he gave, his vibe, the whole package of him, and the feeling that he gave others. Okay, good. I wonder what happened. Did you talk to him? Is there more to this story? All right. Jenny says, I think I had some experience being intimidated by someone's appearance. All my friends are so pretty and beautiful. So sometimes I feel like this. I'm sure you fit in well with them. Good answer, by the way. Nicely written. Jung Da-woon says, yes, in many different ways, by absolute beauty or scary looking. Again, well written, and I agree with you. So the two ends of the spectrum, let's get my hand in the screen here. Okay. So, too beautiful or a little bit too unconventional or scary. Good. Jenny, even when I just walk on the street, I have seen so many handsome people too. I notice that a lot. Walking downtown in Seoul, I'm always shocked at how do they look so good? How can everyone look so good here? I usually ignore so beautiful women. I don't know what I have to tell them. That's one strategy. Sure, just ignore. All right. And Jenny has a question for another student in here. Okay. we'll keep going. Great answers. I really enjoyed hearing from all of you. Okay, and this one that might be a little too personal, so let's keep it general, vague. What kinds of things do you do to improve or maintain, so like keep up, maintain your appearance? So that could be as simple as taking vitamins, getting enough rest, getting enough sleep, drinking lots of water, going to the spa, regular exercise, something like that. Buying makeup, watching YouTube tutorials. Oh, thank you, Jenny. That's too nice. Chea, yes, working out, doing exercise. I think that's probably number one. That's probably your best way. Yeah, good. Anyone else? Some things or any tips? I'll give you all a second. I wish I had some tips, but I don't. Oh, good, Jenny. Yes, that's so important too. I try not to get stress, right? Because stress can really affect you physically and mentally. And we can change the sentence just because native speakers love the phrasal verb like stress out. So it sounds supernatural if you say, I try not to get stressed out. I'll type it in the chat. I try not to get stressed out. That's the state of being stressed, of feeling stress. I try not to get stressed out. Good. Just try to enjoy every day. Yes, positive attitude, keeping happy. Good. Okay, and we have more follow-up on our handsome man story. Thank you. All right, and very good. We will move on to our idioms. So today, as usual, I have 2 idioms to share with you about beauty, appearances, and so on. But I was wondering if you happen to know any idioms or expressions first. So do you know any phrases related to appearance? You'll notice here we have a little reference to Disney's Cinderella, mirror, mirror on the wall. So that's a pretty common one. Are there any others that you've heard or that you can think of? 정답은 I agree. Next time, don't be shy. Good. All right. So let's try to come up with at least one. Something about beauty, something about appearance, some expression that you might have heard. Gilpali says, mirror, mirror on the wall. My kid enrolled in preschool. So are you saying that it happened or you want it to happen? I hope it happened. Good. So yeah, mirror, mirror on the wall, it's just a cute expression that we take from that movie. And we just kind of say it in a fun, lighthearted way to maybe guess about the future. Yeah. Good, Chan. Yeah, so the very, very famous, don't judge a book by its cover. Ancient wisdom, right? Telling us, please do not judge people by the way that they look. Okay? 정다운, yes, beauty is only skin deep. We're talking about that one today, so I'll explain it briefly in the next slide. You read my mind. Dressed to kill. Oh, I love that one. You can all probably guess the meaning, but if someone is dressed to kill, it means that they are dressed fabulously. They're so well put together that they kind of maybe could stun somebody or shock somebody with their beauty. Good. All right, so as mentioned, our first one here, beauty is only skin deep, and we have the meaning here, just as you can guess, saying that your physical, your external appearance is a superficial. Now, superficial here meaning shallow, misleading, untrue basis for judging someone. So it's just like saying that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. Beauty is only on the surface. It doesn't penetrate any further. It doesn't tell you about somebody's inner character or their personality. So we usually kind of say it in a negative sense. So the example sentence here, Kate is gorgeous, but be careful. She can be quite nasty. So her personality is not so good. Maybe she's rude sometimes. It goes to show now a little bit of a connector here in conversation. Just, it means, or we could say, we've proven that it goes to show that beauty is only skin deep. So we have some images here. Appearances can be deceiving. And here we have a little bit of a meme, but it does complete the expression. So initially people would say, beauty is only skin deep, but ugly goes all the way to the bone. So again, suggesting that sometimes a beautiful person might actually have a ugly, not so attractive personality. Let's see the comments. Dress to impress. Aha, yeah. I should have included that one in our PPT because that's a very common one as well. So to dress to impress is a nice little rhyme, and it just means to dress well and impress others with how you present yourself. So we usually tell that to each other when going for an interview. Wear your Sunday best. That's another one. Wear your Sunday best, or dress to impress. Wear your best clothes. Great, great. Okay. Now, we've already talked about beauty is only skin deep. So I'll present this one. And if you can, try to use it in a sentence yourself. So we have easy on the eyes. Easy on the eyes means that somebody is pleasing to look at. They are beautiful. They are handsome. They have a good face. So perhaps they could be, well, I'll explain it in a second. I'll read the example. June is always shown on TV in the videos because he's easy on the eyes. So just means somebody who looks good, probably has a symmetrical face, right? They could be old, they can be young. Maybe they're not even like the most beautiful person. Maybe they're not a model, but they're just a good looking person. So we call that type of person, oh, they're easy on the eyes. So just pleasing to look at. So it's a compliment that you could give to someone. And I'm wondering if you could try to use it in a sentence. You could simply say, my sister is so easy on the eyes. My girlfriend, my boyfriend, my husband, my wife. She got the job, I think, because she's easy on the eyes. That person over there, wow, they're easy on the eyes. Unju, right, yes, honestly, she's not so easy on the eyes. Thank you for making the negative, and that works perfectly. Yes, you can make it negative as well. So she's not that easy on the eyes. She's not so easy on the eyes. We use a softener, so or that, to make it less harsh. Perfect. Well done. Or even, yes, Jenny, you pointed out a good thing too. The functionality aspect, the display is easy on the eyes. So you can not only say it about a person, but about, you could talk about your phone. The display is easy on the eyes. Easy to look at. Pizza is easy on the eyes. Sure, if you really feel that way about pizza, you could say that. Pizza is also Well, easy on the eyes, we could say, but hard on the stomach. We could type that they're hard on the stomach. So we're going off in a different direction, but easy on or hard on we could use. So hard on the stomach means it gives you like, uncomfortable feeling. I never eat seafood. It's so hard on my stomach. It doesn't agree with me. Okay, good. So we will now move on to grammar. It's time for a little bit of grammar. And we're going to start off with this challenge before I explain our grammar point for today. So we're doing things in a bit of a reverse order, but I hope that we can see the screen. You can see all the words here. So I'll give you a few moments to plug in the correct descriptors for this one. A noun, a something, and let's describe her skin. So we need an adjective for her skin. She is something dressed. We need to describe how she is dressed. Poorly dressed? Maybe not so much. Another word can go here. Now, she is wearing a black something type of skirt, a black something with long, a white and yellow. Now that gets into the specific pieces of clothing that she is wearing. So let's see if we can come up with what we need to put in the blanks. So I'll give you all a moment. You can just type the words that are necessary. You don't have to write the whole paragraph. Okay, and as well, if anyone could answer just with a yes or a no, because it looks like our stream has gotten into some trouble. So the camera quality suddenly became a little bit poor, so I'm wondering how it looks for you at home. So if you could just type a yes to mean everything's okay, a yes or an okay, that would be good, just so that I have some feedback. I'll keep going, but if there's a problem, let me know. Okay, we have some answers coming in. All right, we're still going. Okay, N. So we have, she is long, young, and slim. Okay, we could say that her height would be tall, but we don't have tall here, do we? So we might use the word long for something else, maybe her hair, but we could also use it on something that she's wearing. So I would save long for a different part. Jenny says she is pretty, young, and slim, and she has long brown hair tied into a ponytail and fair skin. Okay, yes, so now we're getting through quite nicely. Very good. And okay. We'll keep going, I hope. Okay, smartly dressed. Good. She's wearing a knee-length skirt. Good. Black jacket with long sleeves, a white shirt, and yellow shoes. Okay, good. We've completed it here. And yes, she is smartly dressed, well dressed. Okay. My apologies. I'm trying to adjust some settings to make our stream a bit faster. Okay. Good. Okay, moving on. So we'll reveal the answers. So we're going to say she is young, slim, and pretty. She has long brown hair tied into a ponytail and fair skin. Fair skin means pale or kind of white or bright skin. She is smartly dressed, so well dressed. She is dressed to impress. She is wearing a black knee-length skirt, a black jacket with long sleeves, and a white shirt and yellow shoes. Okay, good. If there are no questions about that, we will move ahead and we'll talk about our main grammar point for today. So Jenny and Dawoon, thank you. And N, yes, thank you 3 for completing that exercise. Well done. Okay, thank you. But actually, in Canada, fair skin, it may not be the most sought after look. So when I lived in Canada, I would often tan my skin. I really wanted to achieve the most sun-kissed look possible. But now that I live in Korea, I try to be natural. Okay, so is versus has. That's what we'll talk about today. And I was wondering if anyone in here could tell me what's the difference between the two. When we're describing somebody, do we say she is long hair or she has long hair? She has 28 years old or she is 28 years old. So what's the difference between is and has? I'll give you a second to type your answers. But it is important to distinguish the two because every now and then I notice that some students might make a little bit of a kind of a mistake. You might switch the two, not the obvious ones, but with a few of the more subtle examples. We'll show that on the next slide. It's easy to confuse them. So let's see. Yes, she has long hair. She possesses long hair. She is 28 years old. Right. That's something internal to her. Has is possession. Okay, there we go. Yes. Has means you possess something. And right, so born versus made. Okay, that's a good way of looking at it. The meaning is different. And is, okay, yes, so I'll put it here because everyone's describing what the answer is. So, of course, is, we're stating a fact or some essential quality. Now, let's focus more on the essential quality, like something that's innate, right? It's a part of you. It's a part of all of you. Like, he is tall, right? That's something that is essential and it encompasses the whole person. He is 20 years old. He is middle-aged. Your age is something that's so integral. But has is more of highlighting a feature and stating possession. So we touched on that. Something that you have. So your pick has tall or she is tall. Height is right, yeah. Unju wrote it out really nicely. Something that can't be changed. Has is something that you can change. That's a really good way of describing it. It's a feature. Okay, so height would be is, right? Now, what about build? Which one should we use here? Is or has? So we'll put it simply in a simple sentence, right? Oh, she is skinny. He is fat. He is well built. She is frail. Frail means kind of weak. We usually say that about maybe kind of older people who are skinny and lack a bit of muscle. Frail, so not so healthy sometimes. Muscular, Stocky. Stocky is kind of, looks like a box, kind of box body shape. Chubby, little bit fat. Okay. And sturdy. Sturdy means quite strong. Maybe not so muscular, but just overall kind of a strong looking person. So this one would be right. Is. She is, he is. But you could always change your sentence, right? If you're modifying it. He has a muscular body. So now you're changing it into a feature. So if you change it to the feature in your sentence, you go has. Good. Okay. Thank you, Jenny. Age is, right? So I put in brackets because we would say he is old, she is middle-aged, but he is a teenager, right? He is an adult. His or he or she is in his or her 20s, 30s, 40s, like this. Okay, now face. Do we say she is a round face or she has a round face? I think we know the answer here, so I'll just go ahead and reveal. Has a, yes, has a something type of face. Freckled face, little dots on the face, or square or squared shaped face. Okay, good. Eyes, yes, has different colored or different shaped eyes. We talked about hair already. So sometimes I've seen students say, oh, she has a long hair, but we don't need a here. Just she has dark hair. She has long hair. With the exception here, bald. I should have pointed it out, but bald means no hair, a lack of hair. So we use is in that situation. So he is bald, she is bald, but the rest has. Okay, great answers, everyone. All right, next about skin. Okay, you have pale, light, tanned, fair, dark skin. Nose, yeah, has a, let's say, long nose, a tall nose, flat nose, a straight nose. Good. And mouth, again, has a thin mouth, a full mouth, or we could say she has full lips, he has full lips, she has even teeth, something like that. So again, you might have to change the depending on what you're saying. Okay, so now let's apply what we've looked at to one of my favorite actors. So looking at his face, could somebody just give me a short description? So you don't have to use all of these adjectives, but in your opinion, could you give me a few sentences to describe Lee Byung-hyun? What do you think about his face? So maybe we could say, well, about his height, I don't know, but I could assume that I think he's tall. And I think he's muscular and he is middle-aged, I think. He has a, I don't know, I guess a oval-shaped face, like this, maybe. But really, I'm not so good at determining such things. So he has dark eyes, dark hair, like this. So does anyone want to try to describe him? I'll move my cursor. We could say also he's smartly dressed. He's well dressed. He is wearing a suit. He has an angled face. Good. Now, I'm so sorry I laughed because I read your comment really quickly. I thought you said he has an angel face, not angle. So I chuckled. I laughed to myself. Oh, he looks like an angel. He has an angled face, angular face. Good expression. So that means kind of like a shapely, muscular face. You can see the jawline well. Okay, good. Yes. He is old but muscular. Okay, good. He has a somewhat sharp face. Okay, good. Again, sharpness. He is short. Oh, I didn't know that. Okay, he is short, but very well built. So very muscular. He has deep brown set of eyes. He has a deep brown set of eyes. Yes. Or you could say, I'm going to change it. He has deep set brown eyes. Deep set brown eyes. I just changed the order a little bit. Deep set, kind of, the eyes are a little bit, how can I say, deeper in your face, kind of backward a little bit, and that's considered a nice feature. Good. And he has black hair. Okay, very good. And our next one, we won't spend too much time on it, but we have Miss Scarlett Johansson. So, would anyone like to try to describe her appearance? Oh, N says, where is his hand? It's missing. He has a left hand in the photo, but I'm not sure if he has a right hand. Sure. So he's only really posing with one hand in the picture. And Jenny, he has black, short hair. Perfect. Great. And Jenny says that Scarlett Johansson has a round face, a big mouth, and fair skin. Now, let me make sure I read your full comment. Did I get the full comment? Yes, I did. Okay. We have some setting trouble here today. She has white teeth. Perfect. And she is slim. Her hair color, now, I guess it's a blonde, a sort of blonde, kind of a dark blonde. And she has good. She has a beautiful high cheekbone, and you used a perfectly there. Good. And she has brown eyes. Yeah, seems like it. I can't tell exactly if they're brown or hazel or green. Could be blue. I really can't tell, but we'll go with brown. She has a triangular face. Okay, like this. Well done. All right, and I would love to spend more time, but I guess it's time to move on to more people. Okay, so I had planned a game, but I think we'll keep it very, very short. So what you're going to do is in the chat, if you could choose somebody and just type a short description as you just did. Type a little description about somebody, and we need to guess who you're talking about. So I can go first, and then anyone else could jump in. So I'm going to say that this person is, let's say he's middle-aged. We'll say he is middle-aged, and he has large ears, and he was a president of the United States. He is a former president, and he has fair skin. So who am I describing? Yeah, Bush. All right, former President Bush. Okay, so that's how we'll do the game. I'm wondering if anyone can jump in. So describe the person, but don't say their name, and we'll try to guess who you're talking about. So we'll see who can come up with it first. And there are, as you can see, many, many celebrities here. Maybe you know of all of them, maybe not. So, but it's okay if you don't. Okay, Jenny, we'll go with Jenny's suggestion first. Thank you. This person is wearing a hat and she's a woman. Wearing a hat and a woman. Okay, well, we'll go through and eliminate. Aha, well, okay, good. It must be Gwen. Is it Gwen Stefani, Jenny? Let me know yes or no. Okay. Soo-hyun, we have the same guess. Oh, Autumn. Autumn said, wow, you showed me a singer who I actually saw in real life. Please tell us who. I'd love to know. Autumn, who did you see? Because I have no experience in real life meeting any of these people. Let me see. I'll give you a second. Okay, Unju. This one's easy too, right? This person was a former president. He doesn't have fair skin. He has darker skin. So, yes, you're referring to former President Obama. Good, good. All right. Good, everyone. Okay, wow, time really flies. I'll spend maybe another few seconds here, but I'll move right to the end of our presentation because there's one more thing I want to show you. And I think we're all eagerly awaiting Autumn's answer. Who Autumn saw. Okay, Autumn's answer came through. A girl who is at the third floor. Third floor. Okay, so you could say like the third level, I guess here. And has brown hair. Boa? Is it Boa? If you went to a Boa concert, that's so cool. Let us know. Okay, and Soo-hyun, yes, we have our final game from Soo-hyun. Great. Soo-hyun says she is wearing glasses and has long hair. Wearing glasses and has long hair. She. Okay, well, I think it's Lucy Liu. Is it Lucy Liu? The Chinese actress, the Chinese American actress. Autumn says, yep, you got it. Okay, good. So you did see Boa. That's really cool. Oh, Lee Hyori, where is she in here? She's wearing glasses. I didn't see because they're kind of, they're not so striking. Lee Hyori. Yeah, Lee Hyori. Good choice. She's so cool. And Unju says, Obama is the only person I know here. Don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. Actually, I feel like this is a kind of a list of older celebrities from both countries. So, okay. Moving on. I'm going to leave you here. We're going to leave our class on a humorous note. And by the way, thank you everybody for sticking around till the end. I really appreciate it. So we talked about appearance. I hope you had fun. And sometimes in life, when you see a very attractive person, you want to talk to them. So these are just some funny, we call them in English, pickup lines, meaning expressions that people use usually to get a date with somebody. So I'll leave them here on the screen. You can read them. I'll read a few to you very quickly before we end here, just to give you a little bit of a laugh. So funny pickup lines. Pick up means to get a date. So pick up, literally pick something up. Get somebody to date in English. Somebody could tell you one day, if you're walking on the street, hey, excuse me, stop a moment. Are you a magician? So do you do magic? Because whenever I look at you, everybody else disappears. A little bit cheesy, a little bit oily, kind of a cliche, but some people speak like this. I'm making making everybody uncomfortable at home. All right, we have, are you a camera? Because every time I look at you, I smile. Next, If you were a vegetable, you'd be a cucumber. Wow. Oh, this is a bad idea, but I've started it, so I'll keep going. I seem to have lost my phone number. Can I have yours? This one is used a lot, so be careful. My doctor says I'm lacking, so I need a new vitamin. I need vitamin U. U. All right. Ooh, this one actually happened to me. And it happened to me in Korea, and I'm not American. So it was a little funny, but someone once told me, are you from Tennessee? So that's a place in America, Tennessee, because you're the only 10 I see. So kind of like a rating system, like someone is a 10 out of 10. They're great. So you're the only 10 in here, like that. I don't know why that happened, but it did. And this is my favorite. Are you French? Because I fell for you, like Eiffel Tower, the Eiffel Top. So I fell down, I fell in love, I fell for you. Okay, whoops, moving the screen a little too much. All right, guys, so we're going to end on the cheesiest note possible today. But I hope you enjoyed our class. I hope I made you smile. And I certainly enjoyed myself reading your answers and communicating with you today. So we'll finish up. Thank you so much for your time. And I hope that you enjoy the rest of your weekend. And yes, as usual, we'll be doing this next week, same time. So see you next time. Goodbye, everyone. Take care. Bye-bye.